Sick.
This shit is ridiculous. It take Google Hangouts like 35 minutes to go live. Hey, shit, this started up. Welcome to the According to Sources podcast. I am your host, Andrea Williams. Today, no Devin, no Rob. We got two replacements. One, we got BTG back. BTG, say hello to the people.
How y'all doing? Wait, excuse me. Let me move these rings out the way. We got a lot.
Oh, shit, these rings. Okay, all right. You talking about the Lakers, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, my Raiders got 3, so, I mean, that's not that bad.
Considering how long it's been, I mean.
Look,
when the last time the Raiders won?
Hold up. We just became friends, boys. Like, we new friends. Let's not start off this way.
Was that you, Boris, or was that Chris?
That was me, man.
I didn't say nothing. No.
Yeah, that was
Chris. We just became friends, Chris. Almost.
You didn't get that quite yet, but y'all heard Boris in the background telling us that he didn't talk shit to BTG. Boris, say hello to the people.
What's going on?
Okay, enough of the pleasantry. Let's get right into it. NBA Finals. Since we were already talking about this, I don't want to, mince words. Chris, what happened in the NBA Finals? Why your boy lose again?
Well, whenever you add a superstar to a 73-win team,
I don't want to hear that shit.
Of course, you don't want to hear it, but the facts are facts.
He the GOAT, though, right?
Yeah, he's the GOAT, but imagine Showtime Lakers go up against the Sixers.
Don't bring my squads in here. Look, Kyrie is arguably top 5 point guards in the league, right?
Arguably.
That's what they say.
That's definitively.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. Now let's move on to Kevin Love. We know he has a bum shoulder. I get it, but there's not too many power forwards that can produce like him. Am I right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we making excuses for?
Because it always seems to me when LeBron loses. Okay, I understand LeBron is great. He's a top 10 NBA player of all time to me. But when you lose an NBA Finals, I don't want to read shit like the Warriors winning is the ultimate tribute to LeBron James. What the fuck does that mean?
Where did you see that at?
That was J.A. Adonde.
Oh, that's why I don't read what he said.
What does that mean? Why do we consistently create these false narratives around LeBron James? And why, when it comes to him, above all other players, if you say anything negative about him, you're a hater. It's not a negative thing to say that LeBron James is 3-5 in the finals. That's a fact. I can't make that up. I can't be a hater because of that, but I'm a hater because I say he's 3-5. It's not his fault. Well, whose fucking fault is it? Especially this finals, right? How many points per game did they score in the finals? They scored over 113 every game, right?
Yeah.
113 plus every single game. So it's not like they couldn't score. They were scoring. How about we look at the plus minus? Because our boy Devin loves throwing plus minus around. I know you know that, BTG. He throws Kobe's plus minus.
He got them. He got those stats.
He loves that plus minus. Plus minus is the most inflated, ridiculous stat of all the analytical stats that are out there now. But I'm going to use plus minus. First 3 games of the NBA Finals. Guess who had a negative plus minus? LeBron James. LeBron James. Why did he end the series with a positive plus minus? Because of one blowout game where he had a plus 32. But the first 3 games of the series, he was negative in the plus minus. Why was he negative in the plus minus? Because he was getting outscored by Kevin Durant every 4th quarter. It's great that he averaged a triple double, and he passed it to Korver. Okay, who thought that was a good play? Not was it the right quote unquote basketball play? Was it a good play? BTG, was that a good play?
It was a bad play to me, but I mean, a basketball play, I guess it was his best decision. He's used to passing the torch anyway, so.
Oh, shit. That's what they say about LeBron, though. It's always about the right basketball play. I mean, I understand it. Boris, was that a good play? Was that a good play?
No, because they lost.
Okay, we're going results. We're going results oriented there. Cool. Chris, what do you think? Good play?
I mean, a basketball play, yeah, I guess it would be, but I mean, if you really are the superstar that you say you are, you really are one of the greats that you say you are. You have the ball in your hand. I don't remember Kobe passing the ball in the finals when they're down and they're up in the fourth quarter. I don't remember Mike passing the ball. So why does LeBron keep passing the ball? He doesn't have that just that mentality whenever you're down or whenever you're struggling, just to put the team on his back like that. He doesn't have that. I mean, that and his jump shot has always been lackluster.
But I mean, as of late,
Mike is not passing the ball in a game 3.
not in
He's
in
not
that
passing.
situation.
He's not pass. He only passed the ball one time in his life, and that was to Kerr. Kerr said he was going to be ready. He made it. He know if he didn't make it, he wouldn't have been in Chicago.
I think you may have some bad memories because he passed that thing a lot to John Paxson against the Lakers in '91, and John
And
Paxson
against Phoenix too.
was closing y'all ass out when Jordan was passing.
I don't remember those. I don't remember.
Okay, we won't even talk about that. We talking about these finals, but in particular the things that that kind of bother me about everything surrounding this finals and why I really wanted the season to be over. For one, I was tired of the narrative with the Golden State Warriors. I put it up multiple times. I think their relationship was symbiotic. They needed each other. I don't think it was Kevin Durant running to a team that was instantaneously going to win an NBA championship. I mean, the same team lost last year. So it wasn't a foregone conclusion that without him, they were going to win an NBA championship. Clearly, if you look at what happened in these finals, they needed him.
Yep.
They were not going to win without him. They were going to lose to the Cavs again.
Well, last year in the finals, Kyrie was injured in 14-15, right?
Yeah,
13-14.
Yeah, he was injured the year before.
Kyrie was the only reason why they won last year.
LeBron got the MVP though.
I don't think he should have got it though.
Yeah, but we know
no, speak your mind. Come on, man.
We know who Brian is, but in the close, first of all, we know he's not going to the line towards the end of the game, and we already know why. He has this up and down relationship with the free throw line. So we know he's not handling the ball. He had D Wade for that reason, and now he has Kyrie for that reason.
I'm glad you brought that up. We're gonna talk about that too. But continue.
Look, I'm not putting everything on. I don't blame him for this finals loss. It was just too much firepower. As great as LeBron is, as great as Kyrie is. I mean, I've been on record as saying that maybe Harden is the hardest dude to guard in the league. It's a 1A, 1B with him and Kyrie. It was just too much firepower. If everybody now, Klay Thompson's on my that's on my sugar shit list right there because we know what he could. We know what he could do. But this nigga, you want to talk about disappearing? Well, he was just playing defense. If those three click at the same time, is nothing you could do about it. The most dangerous thing in the world is having Steph and Klay on the wing and KD running the fast break.
Yeah, we saw that in game 1. But I don't think Klay really disappeared. I do think his defense games 1 and 2 were really big, and the reason why Kyrie just wasn't really doing much of any goddamn thing.
And there was stretches.
Well, what I mean by disappear, like I don't think the games would have been as close if when Klay is left in there with the bench squad while KD and Steph is taking a break. That's his time to shine. It's his time to carry the load.
Game 3, he did have that game because then he had like 30, 31, or 32 or something like that in game 3.
32.
But he's good. But he's good for one game every year.
He is. He does not shoot very well in the playoffs. He has not shot very well in the playoffs. He has that one game. He had it last year against OKC where he just went ballistic in game 6. Was it game 6? Where he just went crazy.
He went nuts.
And then he had it again in game 3 of this series. But I think, a guy like Kyrie is so, he's kind of like Kobe in the sense where he's constantly attacking, and it's it's for better or for worse on for his team, but he's always attacking. That takes a lot out of you, playing defense like that.
That's true.
So I think the same way that they probably told Zaza Pachulia, right? Like, okay, the ball goes up, We don't want you to do anything but box out Tristan Thompson. That's all we want you to do. He cannot get rebounds, and that's all Zaza did, whether it was fouling him or just boxing him out or whatever. I think they may have, imparted some of the same things to Clay. Like, all right, we understand you're a great shooter, but this is what you need to focus on. We cannot let this dude go off. Kyrie is averaging like what, 35 points per game in elimination games or something like that for his career in 4 elimination games.
So give Clay a grade on his defense on Kyrie this series.
I'm giving him a B+.
Because that's
you gotta
pretty high.
You look at it though, Kyrie was hitting some absolute bullshit in game 3 and 4, and then it all kind of came crashing down. In game 5, it kind of came crashing down because what he does as a basketball player is not sustainable over any length of time. That's why when LeBron doesn't play, they don't win. Because you can't depend on a dude who's going to dribble, and then try to jack up a fadeaway or a step back or try to take, a team 4-on-1. Like, that's not sustainable. Like, of course, it looks great when he's hitting it, but in the grand scheme of things, that shit's not how you win basketball games. To be completely honest with you, they should have lost last year. He just hit some lucky bullshit. Steph played good defense on that fucking play. He just hit some shit.
As good as he could.
As good as he could. I mean, because it's not like Steph is some lockdown defender, but he got the contest on the shot. Kyrie just hit a very, very bad shot. Like, under any other circumstances, you're looking at that shot. When he took it, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? But he actually hit it. And he tried to get that moment back in these finals every single game. I don't know if y'all noticed like how many step back threes he took on the elbow three. He kept trying it and kept missing it. Because that type of gameplay over 48 minutes over a series isn't really sustainable. He was trying
to match Golden State gameplay, and you can't do that. Y'all don't even have the roster for that.
Let's talk about that. Who do you think the idea was? Because I know after game 1 or 2, LeBron came out and said we've won a lot of games playing at this pace, so we're not going to change the way we play now. So who do you think the idea was to continue and try to run with the Golden State Warriors? Was it Tyronn Lue, or was it like a team thing, LeBron? I don't know. Who do you think made that decision?
You can go over there and be the coach, but we already know what's going to go down. So we got to put that on Bron. Whatever makes Bron feels comfortable, that's what they're going to go with.
So
you're not going to put Bron. You're not going to put Bron in a situation where he doesn't feel comfortable and expect him to perform at a high. You know what I'm saying, to perform real good. If he feels comfortable running at that pace, if he think he has the pieces to run that pace, then let him. This is what happens. I don't see how you could do that when you had trouble with the team last year and they added a better piece.
Yeah, because I mean, running with the Warriors is like the most intelligent thing to do, right? Their entire offense is based on you missing shots. Like I was telling somebody, like they run after made shots. What the fuck do you think they're gonna do after a miss one?
Exactly. So they're gonna trade you 2 for 6
every single time, and that's what like I don't know. It may have been Scott. It may have been Brain. I don't remember, but somebody called their offense an avalanche. That's really what it is. It just snowballs. You miss one shot, they hit, and that's fine. That's fine. You miss that one shot, and they come down and score. But then if you come back down and miss that second shot, that's where you start having your issues because they're going to come back and they're going to score again. And then you're trying to rush. Yeah, go ahead.
And that's a 4-point lead that they're up by, or a 6-point lead. And that's why playing with the Warriors is so hard, because if you miss too many shots, you might as well just kiss the league goodbye or kiss coming back in the game goodbye, because they score so fast.
And they get you in this mode of I have to catch up.
Yeah,
I have to catch up. I have to. So you're out there taking really, really bad shots. Man, before J.R. Smith actually started hitting those ridiculous shots he was taking, he was still taking those bad shots. And it was like a fadeaway corner 3 here. And he took one of them in game 3 when they should have won that game. He took a fadeaway 3 in the corner. I think LeBron took a 3 at the elbow, and Kyrie tried to drive or took some step back 3 or something like that. They missed 3 straight threes. And I want to say the Warriors hit 2 threes in a layup or another jumper or something like that. And before you knew it, the game was over. They were winning the damn game. You can't play like that with them. I think Offensively, it would have been more intelligent for them to play the way they played the year prior. A bunch of pick and rolls with LeBron and Kevin Love, or Kyrie and LeBron, slow the game down and try to shorten the game. Instead, they made the game as long as possible by running and gunning. It's like you give them so many possessions, at some point their offense is going to break your defense, and that's really what happened for the majority of the series. I mean, games 1 and 2, the Warriors blew them out. Game 3, KD did his thing, but Game 5 was really just their attrition.
Yeah,
Their defense could no longer keep up.
And Bron was gassed too, man.
Yeah, he couldn't come out of the game.
That's one thing about LeBron and being in the NBA since he's came in that I don't understand. What's the dude's name? Brian Scalabrine was on Sports Nation a couple of days ago, and he made a really valid point. No one's ever used the gas excuse for any other player before LeBron came into the league. So why does LeBron get that? Why does he get that satisfaction? No other player gets it.
You gotta ask all Bron fans, because I don't understand it.
LeBron gets every excuse in the book.
That's my issue.
He doesn't have enough players.
But you gotta think about it, like the way we view, in my era, the way we view Michael Jordan, like the nigga was not human to us. So when you keep comparing LeBron James to a nigga we don't think is human, it's not going to work out. Like we literally, when the flu game, we all know he was drunk, but we're gonna call it the flu game. That nigga played phenomenal. I thought that was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. This nigga, he doesn't bleed. You can't compare Bron to that. You can't.
But I think that's where the issues come from, though. Those issues right there. When Jordan wasn't winning championships, the only thing that mattered was winning championships, right?
Yeah.
Now LeBron isn't winning championships, and it feels like the only thing that matters is going.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit to me. That's bullshit to me. I got a bullshit card out for that. Like, going to the finals is fine, but if LeBron ends his career and never wins another finals, you know who he is, Baylor? He's Wilt Chamberlain. He's fucking Wilt Chamberlain, bro. He's Wilt Chamberlain. And what do we call Wilt Chamberlain? We call him a fucking loser, right?
Damn.
But for some odd reason, when it comes to LeBron, it's a completely different story. That's what people call Wilt Chamberlain. They call him a loser because he had all that talent and only won 2 championships. Only won 2 championships.
Right.
Because the story for greatness in all of sports, when you start mincing the greatest basketball players of all time, you can't throw to me he made it to such and such finals straight. I want to know how many he won.
Hey, yeah, who started that? First of all, we don't even bring up the Bills. Like, oh yeah, they went to 4 straight.
They went to 4 straight. They lost all of them.
They lost all of them, though, bro.
That's still incredible. How do you lose 4 straight Super Bowls?
The same way you lose 5 out of 8. The same way, like, and you are a razor thin margin away from having lost all of them. But I've always said this, and I say this to Boris and my brother all the time. I just want him to be judged on the same wavelength that every other great basketball player of all time has been judged. Like, he gets more and buts accepts than any other player of all time. And that's my problem. I like LeBron. I just don't like that.
Yeah.
Winning championships. Go ahead, Boris.
I was just gonna say, I don't think that's gonna happen until his career is over, until we have the whole picture to look at it apples to apples. Because right now, I feel like that's part of the reason why people go so hard is because he's still an active player. He's only 33 years old, and people go so hard for him because they didn't live, they didn't see Jordan or whatever. It's these younger guys or whatever, or guys that did.
Exactly.
Jordan. And they want to see that again. They want to be like, oh, yeah, I saw it again. So that's why people go so hard for him.
LeBron is great, though. He's great. Why can't we appreciate the things that he's doing without these comparisons and without these excuses?
Yeah,
because they don't know. They don't know
what Jordan was.
They don't remember those battles against the Knicks. They just don't know. So that's disrespectful to my elders.
Okay, Baylor. I feel that. I got that. We had Kobe, though.
They don't like Kobe because Kobe was a knockoff Jordan.
But hold on. We had Kobe though, right?
They don't
And there
like
was
Kobe.
they don't like Kobe, fine, but there's no problems with picking out the issues with Kobe. No problems.
And there's a lot there.
There are a lot of problems, but the same thing that I told Devin, I'm gonna say right now, nobody ever asked anybody to like the way that man won, but he won.
He won.
Nobody asked you to like it. Like that's you want to know somebody. You know what? Have y'all ever read the book of basketball? Bill Simmons' book.
Mm-mm.
No, I
He had a
haven't.
story. He had a story in there where he was talking to Bill Walton, and he was talking to Bill Walton about Kobe, and Bill Walton was telling him he loved Kobe, blah blah blah, and it just took not Bill Walton, Bill Simmons. It took Bill Simmons aback. He was like, I don't understand it, and he was telling Bill, like, Bill, you wanted him to win the way you would like to win. He doesn't have to do that. He won the way he won. All you have to do is appreciate it, and I think that's the problem.
And
That
but
right
why?
there,
But why? But this is my question. Why people don't like Kobe though? I never got
because of
that part.
because of Jordan. That's it.
Okay, all right.
And
You
honestly,
sure why people don't like
I'll be
Kobe?
honest and
Well,
say
he
that
won because he won 2 championships with a Spaniard and a future crackhead. So I don't get it. I don't.
Man, look.
you know what it was for me.
Go ahead, Boris.
No, I'm sorry. What I was just gonna say is when I was earlier on in Kobe's career, I didn't like him a lot, and I think part of it was just the comparison to Jordan, like you said, he was a knockoff Jordan, or just he had like a real aggressive swagger,
Arrogance.
attitude, killer mentality, and I didn't like that. But until I really learned and saw how hard he worked, how obsessed he was with winning, with being the best, with just working himself, till he was the best player in the league. Then I actually came to really respect him, and to this day, he's one of my favorite players of all
Have
time.
y'all went back
But
and looked at
Boris
those
though.
three?
But this is my thing though. Boris. He said that Michael Jordan was his favorite player and that he
Everybody
studied
knew
him.
that.
He came
Yeah.
out and said that. He
And
even threw
people still hate.
subliminals at
Right.
him in War 24. We all knew that was a subliminal.
Yeah.
But
So
here's
it's
a
like-
question, Boris, BTG. Here's a question for you. Have you gone back and looked at the roster of the 3 Lakers teams that Kobe took to the finals after Shaq left?
All the time, because that's my main argument.
Sasha
Those
Vujacic.
rosters were trash, bro. They were absolute trash.
Oh, but
Shannon Brown.
they will make Gasol look like he was like Tim Duncan.
Gasol was great. Lamar Odom was really good. Beyond that, what did they have? I mean, Derek
Shit.
Fisher was cool.
Yeah.
Andrew Bynum, when he wasn't hurt, was all right. It's not like they
Come
had
on,
a bunch
man.
of superstar players on that team, but nobody is like, well, it was a foregone conclusion they were supposed to win because they were such a great team. No, it was a foregone conclusion they were supposed to win because they had Kobe. Like that's just the way it was. Okay, Kobe is great. He's going to have these teams win. Nobody remembers Pau Gasol in Memphis because they weren't doing shit. Now all of a sudden he comes to the Lakers and start winning championships, and now it's like, oh my God, Pau Gasol is so great. Yeah, that's what winning championships does. It makes you realize how good somebody was. But I know that first time they went to the finals and KG was busting his ass, everybody was shitting all over Pau Gasol. But Gasol is so great. Like, it's stuff like that. Like those are the things that kind of bother me about the way that we nitpick certain players and their legacies. We pull these things out for confirmation bias, and then when it comes to LeBron, it's like, well, he didn't have enough help, or he's playing against a super team, or he's tired, or Kyrie is hurt, or But at the end of the day, he's 3-5 in the finals, and there's nothing that anyone can say about that because, like I said, winning isn't the only thing. But when you start mincing greatest basketball players of all time, man, 3-5 is not a good look.
Now the other key thing that they throw in there to make him look good, right? Which I agree with. I'm a fan of is the shit that he does off the court.
That's awesome.
So as soon as you bring up that 3-5, but bro, they just they spray graffiti on his fence, nigga.
Cool.
That has nothing to do
Dude, with basketball.
with basketball.
Wait, who said that?
That is one of the things that is brought up about him is his off the court endeavors.
Well, because when you bring
philanthropic
up
things that he does.
MJ and Bron, as soon as you throw in that 6 for 6, that's when they be like, well, Jordan was an asshole.
Yep.
I don't give a shit. He was an asshole to me. I didn't know the nigga.
I didn't know him at all. Actually, I can't say that. I did meet Jordan once, and he was actually quite nice to me. He's very nice to me and my father. He's nice, but I don't think that has anything to do with winning basketball games, winning or losing. I just
Right.
don't. I just want, like I said before, I really just want the judgment to be within a set of rules, and it doesn't feel. It feels like because he's not winning as much as everyone expects him to win, the rules change for him. I tell Boris all the time, the goalposts move when the conversation becomes about LeBron, where everybody else is. It was always about winning. Like it was always about winning. Why did it change? It changed because he wasn't winning. It's changing now because he's not winning as much as we think he should be winning. He's been to 8 NBA finals and he's lost 5 of them. And now it's you have to really think about it. He's gone to 7 straight finals, and it's like, okay, that's awesome. How many did he win?
That's the thing too, is he's got what, 5, maybe 5, let's say 5 years left in the league. He's probably going to go to 5 more finals. Is
5
he
more
win
finals.
Them? I don't think
so.
so.
5 more finals, man. Like, come on, man. I don't care what he did. And I think it's such a ridiculous thing that he got that last assist with like 9 seconds left to average his triple-double, so everybody can be like, but he averaged a triple-double. What more could he have done? I can tell you what more he could have done. Not get outscored by Kevin Durant in every fourth quarter of every game in the finals. He could have done that. Am I a hater for saying that?
You're a realist, and you're not giving a biased opinion. But like you said a couple minutes ago, whenever someone criticizes LeBron for actual, like, genuine grievances with his game, with how he acts in the fourth quarter, you're a hater. But no one ever brings this up for any other player.
I'm always called a hater when it comes to LeBron, because even when they lost to the Warriors in 2014 or 2015 or whatever the hell it was, 2015, LeBron had a hell of a series, right? We could all we say he had a hell of a series. What did he shoot?
I don't know. I got bad for that.
He shot 40% from the field. He scored 40 points per game on 40% shooting. Who does that sound like?
Wasn't that the series that they were trying to give him the MVP when he lost?
They were trying to give him the MVP when he lost. Who does that sound like? That shooting percentage with those points. Who does it sound like? Sounds like Kobe, right?
Kobe.
Everybody hates Kobe. Everybody hates Kobe. If Kobe would have did the exact same thing, it'd be like Kobe shot his team out of the final.
Yeah.
But when it comes to LeBron, well, LeBron, like, he didn't have
MVP.
Kyrie and he didn't have Love. Okay,
MVP.
Great. MVP for LeBron. Kobe does the exact same thing. Well, shit, Kobe just can't. He needs to pass the ball more. It's all these things, man. Like, you look at the way that he's judged when it comes to other great basketball players, and I don't see how nobody, and I feel like if you're on Twitter and you're reading something and you're saying anything where it's like, well, the Cavaliers lost, everybody goes, well, if you're saying that LeBron James is the reason why they lost, or if this tarnishes his legacy, who the hell's saying that? Like, why do we have to jump to these ridiculous conclusions of, like, we got to go to the far right whenever it comes to him, and we can't just be like normal, like have a normal conversation, say, yeah, LeBron James was great in the first 3 quarters of every game, and he didn't really play well in the fourth of every game.
The only thing I said negative about Bron this whole finals was that I wouldn't have passed the ball to Corver. That's it. I said I would have just took the last shot. You miss it or you make it. Like, you're gonna get these jokes if you pass it and they miss it, because this is what's been following. I mean, this is what's been following your whole career. Yes.
Kyle Korver ain't never been good in the playoffs. Ask the Bulls. Ask the Hawks. He's never been good in the playoffs. Of course he's going to miss that shot. Just try to get fouled. Do something. But don't pass that ball to Kyle Korver. And I don't know if y'all remember, I don't remember what game that was or who the hell they were playing. It may have been in the game against Boston. That he did the same damn thing and passed it to Darren Williams in the corner.
I do remember that play.
But it ended up with a Kyrie layup. But it's like, okay, Kyrie did the same thing that your big 6'8", 270-pound ass should have did when you went to the rim. Like, you're 3 feet away from the rim. Just lay the ball up or dunk it, and instead you're passing it out trying to get a three. It bothers me. Some of those things bother me.
The point guard is going to the rack more than you.
That's bothering me, yo. And then at the end of the game yesterday, like, okay, or not yesterday, game 5, he started going to the basket and dunking and getting layups. But it was like, okay, LeBron,
You're down.
cool.
You need 3.
We already know this game is over. You know this game is over. We know this game is over. And that's a classic LeBron move. I don't know if y'all know that. Like, that's his thing. That's why Stephen A. Smith, who I hate, and I hate that I have to agree with him because I hate Stephen A. Smith so much. But that's why LeBron knows so much about what I'm averaging a triple double in the finals. What more can I? I'm pretty okay with what I'm doing. Like, that's bullshit. That's bullshit, yo. Come on. Like, those types of things just bother me. Like, those are the things that bother me about LeBron. Or after the finals is over, I gave it all. I left it all on the court. I did everything I could. I. Like, man, he throwing shade at his team without throwing shade. Be like, man, that passive aggressive stuff, though, I don't like it. It's not my thing.
How far do the Cavs go if Kyrie is not there in this finals?
They
get swept. Easy. No chance.
They needed him to do what he did in
You
game 4.
expecting Kevin Love to step up? Nice try.
Kevin Love had a good finals. By all things being considered, he had a good finals.
Yeah, he played his role.
Yeah, it's hard for power forwards to play well with LeBron. Like, it's hard because LeBron
plays 2 positions at once.
Yeah, he plays 2 positions at once. So that's why Chris Bosh had to learn how to shoot 3-pointers, because he would normally operate in the same areas that LeBron operates in. But when LeBron's on the floor, you can't operate right there anymore. You have to do something else. You have to spread the floor. Kevin Love,
right, and that's why they were saying, when he said, what was it after? I think in the post game he said he never played on a
super team.
And that's what he said. He said he never played on a super team. I don't believe him, but we all know if you play on a team, your production is going to go down. So you got to fit in there somewhere. And I think Kevin Love played his part. I think he played it well.
He did. I think the bigger issue was that Tristan Thompson got out rebounded by a 6'3" point guard.
Yeah,
we all know why he played ass.
Yeah.
Now you on that Kardashian curse?
Man, it just makes sense, bro. Just think about it. How productive he was actually during the season and last year in the finals and the year before that. This man had 2 points and like 3 rebounds.
On Tristan, boy, I love her. I never let her go. She putting something on that boy. He don't want to let her. He don't want to leave her alone though.
Man, when I saw him with those jeans on, oh my god!
Didn't they say put some like earrings back or something like that? And he's still with her.
They said James. That's what James Harden said. But I don't know. I don't want to get into that. Let's talk about KD, man. Boris, what you think about KD?
He put in work, man. He had at least 30 points in every single game. Mm-hmm. And man, he, like you said earlier, the Warriors needed him and he needed the Warriors. I don't understand why people give him so much shit for leaving Oklahoma City when he wasn't happy there, And
but he went to a team that beat him. He was up 3-1.
But you see how happy he is now. You see the difference, I mean? You see how fun it is to watch them play, and the kind of basketball that they're playing is completely different. And just seeing him and that moment that he had with his mom after they won, that was amazing.
Great moment.
That was beautiful. I agree, but I'm still against it though.
Hold on. I'm gonna let you get. You don't have a problem with him going to the Warriors, boy?
Not at all.
Okay.
And I wouldn't have a problem if he right now said, you know what, I got my ring, I'm gonna go back to OKC, or I'm gonna go home and go to Washington. I don't know, because that's what he wants to do. I don't have a problem with that at all.
I'm with that. BTG.
I'm happy he got his ring. I'm happy he's at the table now. His mother cried, he cried. It's beautiful. But I think this could mess things up for the league, because now teams are going to try to stack up just to dethrone him. You know what I'm saying? It shifts powers. Like, the West is already hard to deal with. now you just add on to what was pretty much a juggernaut team. I don't see anybody competing with them. Now San Antonio this is the first time San Antonio has to play outside of a big. So now you got to add on something to San Antonio, and that offense is not going to be the same.
So let me ask you a question.
Everybody understand it, and then you go under there. Who else is going to compete with San Antonio now?
I agree with part of what you're saying, but let me ask you a question. Or this is actually a question I would like to pose to LeBron. Did he really? First of all, he has played on the super team. He's played on two of them. The one that he's playing on now, and the one that he left. Let's get that out of the way. But my question would be to him: did he really think that teams and players were going to sit back while he handpicked his teams every single year and not do anything against it? Like, I think this is the natural progression of things, right? Where LeBron goes to Miami, and I understand where people say that it started with Boston, but that was a different situation because those guys got traded. Nobody went there in free agency. It was different. They didn't collude to come together. It just happened that way. But if this was like, let's say, the Marvel universe, them going to Miami is like Iron Man 1. This is where this shit popped off. So it's only you can only say there's going to be a natural progression where you have something like that happen and people are going to try to come together to beat it. Right. This is just the next progression of what LeBron did. LeBron went and played with the third best shooting guard of all time and a perennial all-star power forward. KD said, well, I'll just go to these guys and get me a ring too. That's why I think, when people say that there's some sort of a huge difference between what the two did, I don't really agree. And I feel like if you didn't have a problem with when LeBron went to Miami, now I'm not talking about you in particular, but people, if you didn't have a problem when LeBron went to Miami, outside of him not going to your team, I don't think anybody should have a problem with this, to be completely honest.
Well, he put pressure on KD as soon as he made that move.
Yeah, and then he ended up beating Kevin Durant in the finals. LeBron, his first finals win was Durant's first finals, and he beat him. And you're looking around, and every year this dude is in the finals, and you're just like sitting on the sideline, and you're watching them win finals because he went to play with a super team, and then he left them and handpicked another perennial all-star power forward and an all-star shooting guard. He did the same thing again. People are going to try to stack their teams too. Like, I don't know why people expected other players to just stand around and just be like, well, okay, LeBron's the only person that can stack the deck in his favor and win.
Right. Well, I mean, you could basically put it on both of them. You can put it on Bron, you can put it on KD because KD was chasing Bron. But now you're going to see, a couple of other teams try to do the same thing. And then it's, now it's going to narrow down to like maybe 3, maybe 4 teams to compete for a championship. Right now, it's just 2. Because if San Antonio sit where they sit at, bro, they don't have a chance against Golden State. And I have the most respect for Pop and what he's been doing over the course of his career. But if you don't change the way the game is going right now,
it'll eat you alive.
We're gonna see Golden State every goddamn finals. The Cavs.
So what's the difference between now and the 80s?
In the finals every. Huh?
What's the difference between now and the 80s? Because every year was Boston. What's the difference between?
The difference between
when it was the Lakers and when it was Boston.
Shit, that was on the other team that didn't want to stack up, I guess. So this is what I'm saying. They got to do it. But all them teams, the Lakers didn't do what Golden State did, though.
No, I'm just saying, like, the difference between there really only being 2 teams that are capable of winning. Like, I know. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Golden State is really not at fault for this. I mean, KD actually switched everything because, like I said, he had to chase Bron to get a ring. Golden State drafted all their players.
That's another thing. They drafted everybody. It wasn't like they went and like, we're gonna sign this guy.
Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was part of an all draft team.
They blew that up.
You know what I'm saying? Miami was the only team that was strategically, we gonna meet on the boat and we gonna end up playing on the same team together type of team.
You know, we're gonna look back at this moment where OKC drafted all three players, three of the best players in the league right now. They're, I think, safe to say they're all James Harden, Westbrook, and KD. They're all top 10 right now. That's one of
Yeah.
the worst.
They're definitely all future MVPs.
Oh yeah, that is one of the worst sports blunders for a front office in sports history.
$4 million.
How do you not keep them together?
A difference of $4 million, and is why they didn't keep James Harden. And they
$4 million.
gave Serge Ibaka all that money the year before and ended up trading him.
He's over there with the shits.
And I don't even think he's in Toronto now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So he went from Orlando to Toronto, and he's probably going to be on one or two more teams before he retires. So I think it's safe to say, I mean, even though we are playing, hindsight, but I think in the moment, everyone was saying, this is absolutely insane. You don't let James Harden go. He was only, 20, 21, 22 years old when they let him
22.
go? 22 years old when they let him go? Like, you make that $4 million, you just take that salary cap hit and keep it moving and see what you can get and see what you can do with these three players. But, man, that's the way these things go when you're in these small markets. I mean, hell, the Bulls are in a large market, and they make more money than anybody that's not named Lakers, and they do the same shit.
You never lied.
So, over the next 3 years, are we going to see the Cavs and Golden State in the finals all 3 years?
Pending Boston.
Pending. Who said that?
I said that, Baylor.
So, what do you think Boston is going to do?
If Boston make, all right, let's put it like this. If Boston make the move that Baylor would make, then they could give the Cavs some problems.
Okay, WWBD. What would Baylor do?
I would actually push strong for PG-13. I would, as a Lakers fan, and we'll probably get to that later, but if I was Boston, I'll fuck the whole draft up and get Fox. I think Fox is the best point guard coming out. I think Zoe on point guard, but Fox offense is just disrespectful. Something I used to see as a Laker. You go get Fox, you draft Fox, you make a hard push toward. See what you can give up for to get PG-13, but you need at least 2 to 3 scores over there.
Wait, so you draft Fox? What do you do with Isaiah? You let him go in free agency? Because he's not starting at point guard over Isaiah, and he's not playing a shooting guard.
I figure he would probably be a shooting guard because you're gonna have to end up giving up Avery Bradley in addition to.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know that defense. I wouldn't let that go.
I like Avery Bradley, but
I used to not like him because he used to kill the Bulls in the playoffs.
But to get Paul George, but what if they get your boy, your boy, slick hair, Gordon Hayward?
I don't think he's the answer though.
Okay,
that's why I didn't say him. I don't think he's the answer.
But these analytic guys will tell you that Gordon Hayward's a better basketball player. But I'm
gonna take the eye test over that other boy.
You don't care about his wins above replacement and his warp and all this other. None of that.
No, I care about what I seen when PG-13 went up against Miami in the playoffs. That's what I care about.
And quietly, what did he put up against the Cavs in this? What was it, like 32, 9, and 8 in those games against the Cavs?
There's not too many players that actually go at Bron. PG-13 may have respect for Bron, but he goes at him.
And okay, so you want PG-13. So
I really want him to come home. So I'm a Laker.
I'm about to say the whole rumors are that he's going to go back to LA. So
which I don't know why he would do that. Yeah, he got to live on he got to push the legacy on. He want to add to that jury box. But if the Pacers don't want to let him walk, then of course they're not gonna let him walk to the Lakers. That's what I'm saying. But Boston they gotta do something, man. They got.
What about Jimmy Butler?
What about him?
What about instead of PG-13, they trade for Jimmy Butler?
Boston?
Yeah.
Then you got to take Fultz.
You think that's who the Bulls want?
Shit.
Or just trade that pick to the Bulls and some other throw in shit and let the Bulls draft whoever the hell they want, and then you get Jimmy Butler. Is that good enough to beat the Cavs?
You think Isaiah Thomas and Butler is the answer?
I don't think anybody is the answer for beating the
Jimmy
Cavs.
Butler's
what I'm
not the
saying
answer
is I
in
think
anything.
PG-13 is better than Butler.
Well, the analytics guys will tell you that Jimmy Butler is better than PG-13. So, and you know how we feel about Jimmy Butler around here, but
Man.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything like the way that the Warriors are lording over the entire NBA right now is kind of how the Cavs are lord over the Eastern Conference. I don't think there's anybody that can be added to any team in the East that will have them coming out of the East against LeBron. Not right now. Not the way that these.
So you said within the next 5 years.
3 years.
Oh, with 3 years. But Boris said Bron got like at least 5 years to play, right?
At least 5. Yeah, at least 5. Let's give him 5 to 38.
Do you think Bron is going to stay with the Cavs those 5 years?
That's tough, man. If he keeps losing, no, he won't.
Well, then he's coming west.
Why would he do that though? Like it's a cushy job in the Eastern Conference. You come in,
Where would he go out west?
Sit down, you sit at your computer and do nothing all day. Next thing you know, you're in the finals. Like
Clippers are LA. I mean, Lakers consider ourselves the host city. So I would say Lakers are the Clippers. Clippers probably being the number 1 pick.
I don't think his all time
because that helps his legacy. He went with the Clippers. That's their first championship.
Let me throw something crazy out to you guys. The Bulls have a proclivity for signing old ass dudes. LeBron to the Bulls.
When he's 40, like, that's a possibility. I can see that happening because the Bulls love doing stupid shit.
But, and Wade will be what? 43? Still 40, playing.
43. He's gonna be playing too, and the Bulls will have him on a 5-year contract. I don't know why he would go out west, man. Like if it was me, I wouldn't go out west. I wouldn't want to play the Golden State.
I would say the Knicks.
So okay, hold on. Why you brought up a good thing? You brought up the Knicks. I really want them to get Carmelo next year, man. I really, really do.
The Knicks?
No, the Cavs.
That's gonna be interesting.
I want the Cavs. It would be the most entertaining thing imaginable for me because I think Golden State would beat them in 2 games in the finals instead of 4. Like you look at Melo, and he's basically he's a 4-inch taller, slower, less efficient Kyrie Irving. Dribble, jab step, fadeaway jumper.
Yep.
Don't get back on defense.
That's my guy.
Get the ball back. dribble, jab step, fadeaway jumper. And I like when Melo's on, he's on. But I would love to see him try to defend the Golden State Warriors for 2 games because they would call this shit off after they scored 380 points in the first quarter. Like
just imagine those sideline timeout arguments between him and Bron.
Because he not letting LeBron talk to him the way like even Tristan don't let LeBron talk to him the way LeBron would probably like to. But him yelling at Kyrie, that's not gonna happen with Melo. You're not about to yell at Melo.
No, you're not.
But not grabbing a rebound, some shit like that. Like that's not what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. Over the next 4 or 5 years in the NBA. I would like to believe.
Boris, you think he gonna stay with the Cavs?
I mean, it's hard to figure out like where's he gonna go in the East. He already left Cleveland once, and I just can't see him doing it again. Honestly,
I say New York. I say New York. If Porzingis stay,
we just throwing shit out here at this point. Anywhere he goes, that team is probably going to go to the finals. The question with LeBron is always whether or not that team is going to be good enough to actually win it. We know he can get to the finals.
You know what I don't want to see league-wise, but I want to see, like, entertainment-wise, like, petty, if Bron and Westbrook end up playing together.
That would be hilarious.
Man, that'd be amazing.
My God. Take my money. I got to see that.
I don't know who would kill who in that fight, though, because it would definitely be a fight. Because
Westbrook don't get along with the whole Golden State roster. Or I don't think he likes Oakland. You know he's from LA.
I would love to see that. It'll never happen, but I would love to see that. I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen over the next 3 or 4 years. I expect it to be Golden State and the Cavs for the foreseeable future until LeBron starts to wear down, which doesn't seem like he's wearing down, and that's always been a bit strange to me too.
Yeah, PEDs.
Hey, every year he goes to Miami for some odd reason, and then he comes back and he's spry as fuck. And I don't know why.
With all of this super teams going on, well, first when LeBron said he didn't play on a super team before, I literally laughed out loud. I was like, okay, buddy. But super team thing is good for the league. Like if you look at Major League Baseball right now, I know Baylor's not. He doesn't like baseball. I get it.
No, I'm gonna let you cook. I'm gonna let you cook though.
But there's so many competitive teams in the MLB this year. You got the Yankees coming back. The Cubs are struggling right now, but we're gonna get our head on our shoulders. You know, Dodgers are playing well. The Astros are killing everybody. They're up 13-1 right now on the Rangers. The Mariners are playing well. That's what basketball should be, but it's not. You got 2 teams going back to the finals 3 straight years. No one wants to see that.
We're gonna get sick and tired of it, man.
I think we need to see. I would not mind seeing the Warriors in the finals a few more times. What I would mind is seeing the Cavaliers and the Warriors in the finals a few more times. I don't want to see that because we know how that story is going to end, right? It's going to end with the Warriors beating them, unless they make drastic changes to their team, which I'm not sure they can do because they have almost $400 million wrapped up in power forwards. So I don't know what they're going to do there. But I feel what you're saying, Chris, but then I kind of disagree with it because the NBA and fans in general, they love coming together against something. When the Heat came together, everybody joined hands and like it was a kumbaya of hatred for the Heat. Like that, like I don't know if you remember, but that was like some of the best times on Twitter. Is when they would lose.
my hate was because I wanted them to lose, and I was I ain't gonna even lie. I was protecting Jordan.
That's how most people were.
That's where my stance was. I'm like MJ. This is not MJ style right here. But y'all comparing this dude, and look what he did. I hope he lose.
A lot of people are still doing that, especially with KD. But that was one of the things, though. We came together in hatred against the Lakers. You know, like when the Lakers were going every single year back in the early 2000s, like everybody came together and hate, except for people in LA. But everybody else hated the Lakers because everybody hated Kobe.
So I mean, but we legit had battles against Portland and Sacramento.
No,
the Bulls.
No, we're talking about the early 2000 Lakers. But hold on, Brayler. You, Tim Donaghy, had battles against Portland.
Look. Hey, look. Listen to when I say this. I am a Laker fan. I grew up. I was born and raised in Inglewood. I was born across the street from the farm. That Sacramento series was fixed. Do I care? Hell
no, of course not. You got your ring. Nobody cares at this point. And that's one of the things. I'm glad you said that because it brings me back to KD. I know everybody is talking about, you know, how I don't respect this ring, whatever. But 20 years from now, nobody's going to remember this. The only thing we're going to be talking about is that he won a ring, or 2, or 3,
or if he wins multiple.
Yeah, however many he wins, it's going to be like, oh, Kevin Durant, he has 3 rings or 4 rings. And one of the things that somebody brought up that I thought was hilarious, because we all know LeBron hates Stephen Curry, right? You know that, right? He hates him. But Steph has one less ring than LeBron does, and he's gone to 3 finals. Is he going to end up with more rings than LeBron?
Easily.
Oh, and he light skin. Oh, that's gonna be a problem.
LeBron hate you know that, right? Did
Yeah, man.
none of you guys have read Marcus I can't remember his name. It's a beat writer for the Golden State Warriors. I want to say it's Marcus Thompson or Thomas. I can't remember, but he wrote the book for Stephen Curry, and in that book, he had talked about how some players in the NBA really don't like Steph, and one of the players that he talked about was LeBron because people feel that Steph didn't earn all of the love that he's getting. So yeah, LeBron does not. He actively does not like Steph because of
Well,
where Steph is in his career right now
how did he
in
get the
comparison to
love?
where he is.
How did he get the love?
Because he started winning.
Oh, I mean, he made it seem like he paid for the love, or
Yeah, that's how. But that's the same. But Russ feels the same way. Russ is like that too. I think Russell Westbrook was one of the players too. It's like, well, he gets so much more coverage, and everybody loves him, and it's basically it's a bunch of hating. They just
but that's
hating.
what that's what the media. That's what the media wants, though. He has the perfect, quote unquote, perfect family. And it seemed like he doesn't cuss. He's the smaller version of your usual superstar.
NBA player, yeah, NBA
Yeah,
superstar. He makes it seem like
it
he's a
makes
more
it
relatable
believable.
superstar. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's not believable to be able to shoot like that. That's what's crazy about it. Like, yeah, you could be 6'2" or 6'3", but you're probably not gonna shoot like that. So while it's believable that he makes it seem attainable because of his physical stature, that dude got skills, man. He a baller. That dude is a baller. You're not going to be able to ball like him just because you may be able to look like him. Like, that's not possible. I know, Jordan is 6'6" and he's, flying through the air. LeBron is 6'8". He's hawking and running down the court like a freight train. So of course it's like, man, I can never do that. But I can shoot. You'll never shoot like that. The second best shooter in the world right now doesn't even shoot like that. Klay Thompson is a hell of a fucking shooter. But answer my question: does Steph end up with more rings than LeBron?
Jesus, man, I don't know. It's too many. Because, like I said, to me, I don't think Bron stays. I don't think Bron stays in the Cavs uniform, and I just feel like he's gonna go to like a much better team. I'm gonna say yeah, though. I'm gonna say Curry ends up with 4 rings.
And LeBron is going to be at 3. LeBron stopping at 3.
Damn, but in order, yeah, he wouldn't have to. I think Bron is gonna win one more.
I don't want to bet against LeBron because I said he was never winning another one after they lost to Golden State the first time, and then suspensions happened and guys got hurt. So anything can happen.
Okay, I'll say they end up in a tie.
4-4.
4-4.
Boris, who ends up with more rings?
I think Steph's going to end up with more. I think he's got at least 2 more. I think LeBron's done, honestly.
Damn.
He didn't even have to think about it. It's just like,
yeah, because I'm pretty. I don't know. Just like you think Baylor that he's going to leave Cleveland. I don't think he's got it in him to leave again, honestly.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I don't have anything else to say about this, man. I thought the finals were awesome. To be honest with you, I know it was only 5 games, but those were 5. I'd never seen the finals like that before.
Yeah, that
Ever
was
in my
good.
life.
It has to be the highest scoring finals of all time, doesn't it? I mean, I haven't heard that stat, but it seems like it. I mean, every game was 120, 130 points.
I thought it was that like when was it old like Phoenix and Boston Celtics series?
Yeah, 7
like
seconds or less.
Yeah, he was scoring like 150 points a game or some stupid shit like that. But I thought this was good, and I think the NBA can withstand at least one more year of these two teams playing against each other, because now I think people are rallying around LeBron a little bit more and want him to beat this super team.
Yep.
So that they can elevate him more than he's already been elevated. I mean, I don't think I'll ever have LeBron in my top 5, and it's not out of hatred for LeBron. It's just that I have so much respect for Michael, Larry, Magic, Kareem, and Bill Russell. I have so much respect for them that I don't think anybody will ever crack that. But I think if he's able to break through and beat this team in the finals this next year or the year after, I think people are going to start elevating him over Jordan. To be honest with you,
That's
they
why
already doing it.
That's
They
why I said if he switched conferences and wins, that's not they going straight for MJ head.
I don't understand why. I don't like
because that's the new era. They're gonna say, well, he won on this side and he came over here in the hard West and won as well.
But he's been getting his ass kicked by the hard West like his entire career.
But we know that they don't care.
Yeah, I just don't like LeBron fans. I just don't. I don't like absolute stands of any fan. Even like Kobe was my favorite player until he retired, and I didn't even like the stands like Kobe stands. They're ridiculous. Like, no, Kobe's not as good as Michael Jordan. It wouldn't have mattered if he'd have won an extra championship. No,
not
he
at
wasn't
all.
as good.
Not at all. You can't be better than your master.
And you look at what Jordan did. He did what he did in 14 years of basketball. It's taken these guys like 20 years to get to where he was at that he did in 14. He played less games, scored more efficiently, shot higher percentages, scored more points. It's like,
and he had Luke Longley, so
and Bill Cartwright, and Will
Purdue.
Wilbur, hey, you better leave Will Purdue alone. That's my guy.
And Judd Bushler and Tommy Hansen. Like, it just goes on and on and on. Like, people look back at those Bull teams and they think like, man, the Bulls had a whip. They didn't. They had Michael, they had Scotty, they had Horace, and everybody else was just a bunch of guys like BJ.
Whoa! Kukoc was nice.
Yeah, but that was the second run. The second run. I mean, we talk about Ron Harper, but the Ron Harper the Bulls had was not the really good Ron Harper.
Nah, he was flat tires at that point.
Yeah, they had him out there to play defense and to hit an occasional shot. But it was Michael, Scotty, Dennis, and then they had Kukoc coming off the bench. Everybody like Bill Wennington,
Jason Caffey,
Dickie Simpkins, Randy Brown, who's a crackhead, I heard. And like it's not like the Bulls had whips of teams. It was like they were like, if you take Jordan off this team is still winning championships. It's not like Golden State. If you take KD off of this team, they're still going to the finals. You take Michael Jordan off of those teams, and they probably losing in the second or third round, like they did when he left.
Yep.
Okay, ready to call this a show. Any final words on the finals, Baylor?
Golden State in 4 next year.
Cavs in 7. Look, I still got people on my Facebook page putting up Cavs in 7. Somebody said Cavs in 7. I asked them who was going to win. Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor. This motherfucker gonna say Cavs in 7. Boris, you got any last words on these NBA finals?
No, I mean, I'm just looking forward to the offseason to see what LeBron's going to cook up, who he's going to pull in to the Cavs, and we'll see what happens next year.
I feel the same way. I was ready for the finals to end before they even started, so I'm glad that it ended pretty quickly. I am excited to see what happens in the off season. I mean, the Bulls are gonna bring back the same team, so fuck them. I'm not even really paying attention to them, but I am paying attention to whether or not the Cavs can find some way to swing another superstar player onto that team. If they find some way to end up with Paul George or some nonsense like that, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited to see it. I would be excited. Or Melo, because I would love to see that, even though I think it would be disastrous for them, because Kevin Love is a really big part of what they do, and I don't think Melo can replicate it, but I would be excited to watch it. But I'm glad the finals are over. Looking forward to the draft, trying to see whether or not Baylor's boys are going to get Lonzo.
Hey, man, I was going to say this earlier. Next year, the Lakers are going to be wearing Big Baller Brand jerseys. Years from now.
The Lakers going to buy the advertising rights to the Big Baller Brand boys.
Yeah. Once LeVar gets a year with Magic, man, it'll be over.
If I see everybody in the Lakers, man, Zoe 2s. Y'all going on 82. Y'all going on 82. And I'm not joking. Y'all ain't gonna win a goddamn game. But
Hey, if I see that roster walk out in those shoes, which I'm a fan of, but if I see
I
the
like
whole roster, wear them, I'm calling Kobe.
like, is this an AAU team? Do we all have to wear the same damn shoes? Big baller brand right on the side of the jersey, right underneath the numbers or something. I can't wait to see it. Actually, I'm about to write a story about the Lakers getting assigned the advertising right to the big baller brand. I want to see it.
Hey, you don't have to wait on that. I mean, that's if we do pick them up. But the summer league start July 7th. We going right out there to go check them out. So,
Are you gonna be out there?
yeah, I'm gonna go out there for the first
Good deal.
the first couple of games.
Yeah, let us know how Zoe looking because they saying he was kind of out of shape during some of his workouts. So I want to see how he looks when he comes into the summer league. But this has been the According to Sources podcast. You know where to find us. accordingtosources@gmail.com if you have any questions. According to Sources @accordingtosources.com if you want to send emails to that one. We are at A2 Sources on Twitter. It's According to Sources on Facebook. Part of a podcasting network, the ETMF podcasting network. A bunch of different podcasts on there. Go and check them out. BTG is all over that goddamn network on all of the podcasts. He's on every podcast on earth. So if you just randomly find one about fucking pottery or something, BTG probably left them a message, a message in his car with his window down, left them a long ass message on their voicemail. But thanks for listening to us, BTG, Boris.
Hey, let them know that if I don't listen to your podcast, it ain't dope.
There you go. So all you pottery podcasts out there and sewing podcasts, BTG ain't listening to you. You ain't dope. For Boris, BTG, Chris left out early. This is According to Sources. Be out. Peace.
Peace.